I'm Lynda Kinkade. We'll take you back to CNN's special coverage of President Trump's impeachment trial shortly. But first, a look at some of the other headlines we're following. Well, we begin with the breaking news of the coronavirus as it continues its lethal spread. More than 130 people are now dead, some 6,000 infected in China. It's outpacing the 2003 outbreak of the SARS virus. Well, despite millions of people in mainland China partially or fully under lockdown, the virus is not yet contained. The World Health Organization warns that the whole world needs to be ready.
We know that many people are experiencing a minor form of illness, but still 20% of reported cases are reported as severe, and 2% of confirmed cases are reported to have died. The disease is obviously a mainly respiratory disease, passing via droplets from one person to the other, and mostly still through close contact. The whole world needs to be on alert now. The whole world needs to take action and be ready for any cases that come.
Well, many countries are struggling to get their citizens out of mainland China. In the last hour, 201 people returned to U.S. soil at a California airbase after they were evacuated from Wuhan. They were tested before leaving China and monitored during the flight, and then tested again at a stopover in Alaska. They face even more tests now that they've landed in California and will be in quarantine for some time. Well, CNN's David Culver spoke with several U.S. citizens stuck behind in China.
American flag in hand, 8-year-old Hermione Dickey was so close to returning to the United States, ready to leave behind the locked down epicenter of the deadly coronavirus, Wuhan, China. But she and her mom, Priscilla, never boarded.
I didn't have my passport, so I couldn't get on the plane.
201 other Americans did get on the plane, including U.S. diplomats and their families, along with a select number of civilians. Hermione's passport was in another city with her dad and could not be mailed into the lockdown zone. Normally, they'd go to the consulate in Wuhan for help.
The consulate is gone. The consulate was on the plane.
That's a little disconcerting that, they have a plane and most of the people on it are from the consulate. So that's, we feel a little bit left behind.
American teacher John McGorry had recently submitted his passport for visa processing.
Unfortunately for me, I didn't have my passport. The school has it. I was getting a 2-week extension on my visa.
Other countries chartering flights to evacuate their citizens out of the epicenter. This image showing a pilot wrapped in protective gear. Around 200 Japanese citizens were evacuated Wednesday, telling reporters they feel relieved to be home, adding that the situation in Wuhan is deteriorating. China has dispatched medical teams to the front lines of the outbreak, Hubei province, and state media shows the first of 2 hospitals going up. They will hold a combined 2,600 patients. This as Chinese state media is airing video of coronavirus patients that they say have been successfully treated and discharged. As for those still in Wuhan,
people are scared here, scared people get angry, scared people, want answers, and sometimes at the moment they don't have an answer.
Priscilla and her daughter hoping for a way out.
We would really appreciate a way to get her an emergency passport.
In an automated email response, the U.S. State Department says that they are working on other ways to get Americans out of the lockdown zone and out of the city of Wuhan in particular, including by car, but they have not yet finalized those details. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.
Well, airlines around the world are taking action to contain the outbreak by reducing or suspending flights to China. British Airways and Germany's Lufthansa are stopping all direct flights. Both United and American Airlines are suspending some flights due to shrinking demand. They join several carriers across Asia that are also cutting back trips. Some airlines are offering full refunds. Well, that is your CNN News Now. I'm Lynda Kinkade. You are with CNN, the world's news leader.